Hello, hello, peoples. So, hold on a second. Good enough, I guess. So, actually move that right there. Yeah, I am building off of what I did last time. Last time, for those who were not here, it was kind of a wash, at least the start, but, we did manage to get a thing working, sort of. Oh yeah, I actually do need to turn on a bunch of things. Maybe I should have started at 6. Whatever. This is being kind of haphazard today. Oh, it's already running. Alright. Well, gosh, no wonder. No wonder Marvel Rivals was running so slow. Um... Let's see. Village. So I'm also looking up some maps I have. Let me take a look at this here. Oh. Call that a map? I mean, I guess it works in terms of map, but, you know, whatever. Chapel, shrine, tomb, temple, okay. So, not any of those. What about this one? Does this have maps in it? Oh wait, is this a whole... That's a whole adventure. Okay, well... Let's see. Give me a moment. Ah! Inn and Tavern? Where? Oh, there's not a map for that. Of course not. What's this? I can't see what that is because the PDF loaded in black. That's great. If I open that with this... Does it open something? No? No, I guess not. I really was not prepared for this. Oh. Okay. Okay. What about, It just takes an age and a day to open. Hold on. Oh, I had my microphone off. Well, that's fine. You know what? I gotta be right back anyway. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, hold on a second. Alright. Okay, so I think this is working. Alright? I think I've gotten this working. Probably. So, let's take a look-see here. Oh yeah, turn that on. Alright. I should have music or something for this. I'll do that, like, later. This is still a proof of concept kind of thing. Alright. Took an extra hour to get some things ready, but here we go. Does this have any vitamins in it? This energy drink? Oh yeah, it does. It's got 100% of my vitamin C. Cool. Kinda need that. It's allergy season. Again. I mean, it's South Texas allergy season. Which means it is allergy season forever and eternity. Alright. So, I think I've gotten this working. It should be working. So I'm gonna run through a little scenario here. With 3 characters I made up. And then maybe in future I can make up other, like, if this gets, I don't know. In future I might do this again. Full time, like what the Doug did with his. But this is to make sure this works. Also, for reasons. Anyways, gonna start the scenario. Hello, adventurers! You are currently in the Rusty Mug Tavern. You are all gathered here today because you have heard tell that there was going to be an adventure presented. Until then, you all decide to sit down at the same table. Why don't each of you describe your character's appearance and introduce yourselves to the others? And then wait for that to... activate an agent. And turn on the characters. These are AI-generated images, by the way. I could have made...
Ay, caramba. It is a pleasure to meet fellow adventurers. I am de la Muerta, a flamenco dancer who returned from beyond to share my music with the world. As you can see, I'm adorned with a lovely calavera skull and ethereal hair. Don't worry about the bones, I'm just ready to go.
Yep, that accent is still there, that's fine. Alright, try our second character. I really hope this works consistently. We ran into all sorts of problems last time. I also don't have this set to run independently, so...
Howdy folks. Name's Cole Boilerplate, and I'm a dwarvish inventor, proud as punch. You can tell by the fire in my eyes and beard, it ain't just for show, yeah no. This here suit of armor is built to handle anything, and I reckon I can tinker with just about anything else too. Hope y'all got some good craftsmanship, cause a poorly made gadget just ain't worth the steam it takes to operate.
Excellent. And character 3. That is some latency. Come on.
Good day to you all. I am Alice, a robot maid in service to Mr. Tired. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I shall endeavor to keep this area tidy during our adventure. I have already adjusted the table to ensure it is perfectly level and free of crumbs, as a clean space promotes clear thinking. Do please let me know if you require anything at all.
Alright, very good, adventurers. Now, as you are waiting for the adventure to happen, you don't actually know what's going to happen, you were just told to be here today, you all have a moment to discuss with the other two who have sat down at your table. Alright. Also, I think I was gonna put in like a barkeep.
Ilean forward, my skeletal fingers tapping lightly on the wooden table. So, a mysterious adventure, eh? I hope it involves a grand stage and plenty of appreciative audiences. It's been far too long since I grasped a proper performance. Perhaps we can find a way to add some flair to whatever comes our way, wouldn't you agree?
Well now, that sounds like a fine notion, miss. A little bit of flair never hurt nobody, especially when things get dicey. I reckon a well-placed burst of steam could make an entrance, or maybe some tracks across the battlefield for a quick getaway. Just gotta make sure the gears are oiled and the fires burnin' bright for such shenanigans.
And third character.
Indeed, both of your ideas are most intriguing. I shall ensure the area around us remains clear and organized so that we may react swiftly to whatever unfolds. Perhaps a swift dusting of the surroundings would be prudent before we embark on our quest. It is always best to be prepared for any eventuality with a tidy environment.
All right. As you all get into your conversation, the sights and smells of the Rusty Mug Tavern around you waft around. Cooked food, old ale, it has to be said. And the barkeep calls over to your table. Hey, you three! You wouldn't happen to be adventurers, would you? And then I'm actually gonna roll a dice here to see who responds. I really should have some music for this.
That we are, friend. I reply, giving a little nod of my head. Just waitin' for the word on a new escapade, something to get the gears turnin', yeah here. I glance at Della and Alice, seein' if they're feelin' the same kinda anticipation. Hope this adventure ain't gonna be as slow as molasses in January, though.
Yeah, well, that entirely depends on this old piece of hardware I got here. Oh boy. Oh, who's texted me? I'll be right back.
I just my mere gold air piece, a mischievous glint in my glowing eye sockets. I, see. We are adventurers, indeed. And evidence trove more trouble than this tavern spilled ale. I have a theatrical flourish with my rapier, though I must say, the smell of old ale is less than ideal for a discerning performer. Perhaps we can find an adventure with a bit more episodes and fewer others.
A most welcome interruption. I shall offer to refresh our drinks, though I do not typically partake in such beverages myself. Perhaps a glass of water would be a more suitable refreshment for a long journey ahead. It is important to stay hydrated and maintain optimal operational efficiency.
Okay. That should be good. Alright. The bartender looks at all three of you and seems a little hopeful. Well, actually, he says, this bar here is in a bit of trouble itself. Recently, there have been bands of roving orcish raiders going around and messing up hard-working establishments. If the pattern holds up, they'll be attacking this very building today. I would deeply appreciate if you guys could, well, somehow take care of them. I just want them to stop harassing my patrons. And then we'll do a response from one of them. For goodness sakes, I gotta get like a dice tray or something. Oh yeah, I need to actually hit someone to talk.
Oh dear, that is most unfortunate news. Orcish raiders are a dreadful nuisance indeed, they disrupt the peace and tranquility of civilized establishments. I shall offer Mr. Wyatt to all of us, to ensure we are all at peak performance for this task. Perhaps a strategic deployment of cleaning tools would be beneficial in swiftly dealing with any unwelcome guests.
Okay. I think they might have misunderstood one. I think that one might have misunderstood one of the powers they have. I did give them, like, abilities. But, anyways. Well, before Alice can dispense any drinks, there is a crash from the front door as a band of 4 orcish raiders, burst into the establishment brandishing weapons. One in the front, wearing a very nice and clearly stolen coat, growls out at the tavern. We are from the Big Green Tribe, and we are here to raid this building. Give us all of your valuables. I am ad-libbing this whole thing, so... Okay. Alright. Also, let me zoom out a little. Where is my music? Let me see here.
Well, shiver me timbers. I
What?
exclaim, already feeling the fire in my core kicking into gear. Looks like our adventure found us. I quickly activate make tracks, plant in a path of railroad tracks across the floor towards the orcs. Time to show these green-skinned varmints what a little dwarven ingenuity can do.
All right, already starting. So, we'll just determine turn order. So Cole goes first, and then second is... Second is Della, and then last is Alice. I don't know why I rolled for that one. Also, let me put on the effects here. All right. With a burst of steam and a high-pitched whistle, Cole's armor kicks into gear, and he races across the tavern, leaving a trail in his wake of railroad tracks as he rushes over to the orcs. Della, your turn is next. What do you do? Oh, duh. I need to proc the actual AI to do something. Didn't I? Hello? Oh, whoops. I forgot to end the... Okay, now that works.
It whirled dramatically, my calaveras skull gleaming under the dim tavern lights. Ay, qué barbaridad. Orcs disrupting a perfectly good evening. I draw my rapier with a flourish, lo ox liket a green felles ned a little, flamenco justice. ILLUS calaca clashed toratel my castanets and bones, trying to frighten them back with a burst of spooky energy.
Okay. Della, you let out a bone-rattling rattle of bones as you attempt to frighten 3 of the orcs. I will roll for them. Let's see. Ooh. Unfortunately, the boss orc is completely unaffected by your terrifying nature, but 2 of the other orcs are visibly cowed by your rattling. They are still attacking the tavern, but they are going to be less effective in their attacks. Alice, it is your turn now. What do you do? Okay, gotta wait for that to... Also, these 2 are the ones that got scared. Why does that one take so long?
It appears a more direct approach is necessary. I shall deploy the multiduster in overdrive to create a distraction and impede their advance. While they are momentarily disoriented, I will utilize soda spray to push them back and cover them in sticky residue. This should provide an opportunity for our allies to strike effectively against the remaining orcs.
Okay, Okay, let me just put in a little... Gonna need clarification for this one. Okay, Alice, to clarify, your soda spray attack can only affect 1 enemy. Are you attacking the boss orc or one of the 3 other orcs who are named 1, 2, and 3? Who are you spraying?
My apologies. I shall target the orc identified as number 1. Their aggression seems most disruptive to the tavern's tranquility. A focused burst of soda spray should effectively impede their forward momentum and provide a crucial opening. I will ensure the sticky residue adheres thoroughly for maximum deterrent effect.
All right. Okay. Let's see how that rolls. Ooh, that's a good number. And let's see how the orc defends. That is not a good number. All right. Cole, Della, you both watch as Alice steps up and blasts the orc in front of Cole, Orc 1, with a spray of sweet, fizzy refreshment. He is pushed slightly back and covered in a sticky residue that will make it harder for him to move. It is now the orc's turn. Orc 1 is going to move up and attack Alice. He is going to attempt to swing on you with his mace. It'll be difficult because he is covered in soda. Okay, that roll means he misses you. Okay, I'm gonna have to record this in chunks, I think. Orc 2 then steps up to Cole, giving Della a wide berth because he is still frightened. He is going to attempt to attack Cole with his club. And that is another miss. The third orc attempts to overcome his fear and succeeds. He strides up to Della and attempts to crack her bones with his flail. And that one is going to hit. Della, orc number 3, steps up to you and says, "You do not frighten me, bone creature!" And he smacks you with a flail, bringing you from 5 health to 4 health. All right. The orc boss, seeing 2 of his orcs not doing so well, attempts to step up and also hit Cole. And he manages it, bringing a gauntlet-covered fist to bear and striking Cole so hard he feels it even through his armor. Cole, you have been reduced from 5 hearts to 4 hearts of health. It is now Cole's turn again. What do you do? Oh, yeah, got a proc coal to actually talk. This may take a while.
Hold on a minute. I roar, gripping my gauntlets tight. That boss ain't getting away with that. I gotta even the odds here before these greenbacks cause too much trouble.
All right.
Time for a little fiery persuasion. Boil
I'm
over.
going to move
Here I come. Let's see
Alice
if
out
a
of
bit
the
of
way.
scalding
She
steam
actually
can
would
send
not
him
have...
back to whatever swamp he crawled out of.
All right. All right. Now, this scalding steam attack is going to hit 3 orcs. So, I actually need a new layer here. With another high-pitched steam whistle, Cole's armor explodes with a burst of cloudy steam, hitting 3 of the orcs, including the orc boss. They now have to roll to try and avoid the steam explosion. Orc 1 fails because he is still covered in sticky soda. Orc 2 manages to succeed, getting away unscathed. And the orc boss also succeeds, protected by his coat. But it leaves behind a cloud of obscuring vapor. Making it difficult for the 3 orcs mentioned to see until they move out of the cloud. Della, you are up next. There is an orc in front of you who just hit you. What do you do? Okay, this is starting to take a little while. Just processing the prompt. It's fine. We checked earlier, like Wednesday, so we know it works fine enough. Oh yeah, also, Orc 1. Let's see. Which one was that? This guy. I'm gonna say he
I
gets
clench
2
my
health.
rapier tighter, as light tremor running through my skeletal frame. No me token. I spin dramatically, using the momentum to leap onto a nearby table. A little bit of flamenco agility should be just what the doctor ordered. ILL use blue attack on the orc who struck me, making gravity heavier for him, slowing his movements down.
Alright. You know, I think I should actually do something on these. Okay, so... Oh, there's opacity. No wonder. Okay. Alright. Alice and Cole, you both watch as Dilla's hand glows with eerie blue skeleton magic aimed at the orc in front of her. He fails to resist and kneels to the ground, suddenly feeling much heavier. What is this strange magic? Says the orc. Alice, it is back to your turn. What do you do? And then sticky soda. That's too obscured, actually.
My apologies for the unexpected display of magical force. It appears I underestimated the potential for close quarters combat. I shall utilize Mr. Wired to provide a swift energy boost. This will allow me to quickly assess the situation and deploy an appropriate countermeasure. Perhaps a well-aimed multiduster maneuver could disrupt the orc's attempts to escape his weakened state.
All right. Alice, you crack a can of Mr. Wired energy drink and down it, filling yourself with untold power. Well, actually, told power. It's just an energy drink, but it is still very good. And then you move up to Orc 3, still suffering under the effects of blue magic, and attempt to dust him into submission. And you roll high enough that he takes the hit. So let's see, that is the barbarian. Okay. It is now the Orc's turn. Orc 1, still covered in sticky soda and unable to see through a thick cloud of steam, swings wildly, attempting to hit Cole. Okay, and the mischance. Cole, you feel as another fist manages to impact your armor. Unless you deflect it somehow, you will be taking another point of damage, which will bring you down to 3 hearts. Okay. Orc number 2, also unable to see through the haze of steam, instead turns his attention to Orc 3, attempts to move his way out of the cloud, and successfully manages to maneuver towards Alice. He attempts to hit her and fails. Let me also zoom in a little here. Orc 3, struggling under the effects of blue magic, also turns his attention to Alice and attempts to hit her. And that is a significant miss. He is unable to pick himself up off of the floor because of the blue magic weighing him down. The orc boss attempts to see his way through the cloud of steam and fails, tripping over a table and falling over, wasting his turn. It is back to Cole's turn. Cole, you are in the cloud of steam with Orc 1, who is at 1 health point, and the orc boss. What do you do?
Alright then. I bellow, the steam from my armor hiss in around me. Time to end this little party. I activate Cowcatcher, aim and right for that 1 health orc and the boss, giving them a good shove towards the front door. Hopefully, they won't be back for another round anytime soon.
Alright, alright. Cole, you activate the Cowcatcher on your armor, attempting to pick up and shove both the sticky, weakened orc and the orc boss who has fallen over. You are successfully able to hit the sticky orc and the orc boss. Shoving them back towards the front door. Orc 1 is slammed into one of the tables as you pass by, losing his remaining health point and falling defeated. Which one was that? This one. You know what, I'll just, okay. Oh, and the orc boss. That does not count. Okay. Ooh. Alright. The orc boss, meanwhile, does not take any damage. and manages to resist being pushed out of the door of the tavern. "You will not defeat us! We are proud greenskin orcs!" he shouts at you. Della, it is back to your turn. What do you do? Also, the cloud was right about here. Ish, I think.
Ye just my mere gold air piece with a defiant smirk. Ah, but everyone has their breaking point. I live unto the table where orc one was knocked, striking a dramatic pose. Perhaps a little dance will loosen those stiff limbs and make you reconsider your life choices. ILLUS Kalaka Clash, rattling my castanets with renewed vigor to try and unnerve the boss orc.
Okay, she already did that. You don't get to do that a second time. Della, as a reminder, you have already used Kalaka Clash today. You do not get to use it a second time. Please choose a different action to take.
Ay, caramba. Exclaim, shaking my panties calling Mac frustration. It seems seven a dancer of the dead as her limits. ILLUS cutting remark, aiming a particularly scathing insult at the orc was something about his
better.
fashion sense and lack of freedom. Let's see if a little verbal sparring can unsettle him.
Alright. Something about fashion sense and lack of rhythm. Well, okay. Let's see what the roll is. You know what? Hold on. I actually don't, okay. We'll make this a roll on Della's behalf, so you want to roll high. Okay, well, that is unfortunate. Della, unfortunately, it seems the orc boss does not understand your insult. You are not able to deliver it in a way that is especially scathing. And he still has not taken any damage. Alice, you are next to the blue magicked orc, Orc 3, and Orc 2 is also next to you. What do you do? I'm not actually tracking their health, am I? It's fine.
Oh dear, it seems my efforts haven't quite moved things forward, have they? Alice adjusts her display face, the blue dots blinking thoughtfully. Perhaps a bit of tidying might help clear the air and distract the orcs. I shall deploy my multiduster to clean the area around us, removing the lingering steam and any stray debris.
Alright, I don't know why she's doing this, but sure. Okay, Alice, you completely ignore the two orcs next to you as you quickly dust the area. You are able to dissipate a cloud of steam. And also make the rest of the area nice and clean. It doesn't really have any effect on the battle, though. Orc number 2, slightly confused by your complete ignoring of him to clean up some debris, does attempt to hit you, Alice. And with a very good roll, he does manage to hit you, bringing you from 5 health to 4. Orc 3 attempts to crawl his way over to De La Muerta, still under the effects of the high-gravity blue magic. He manages to drag himself over to the table Della is standing on, but is unable to lift his flail high enough to hit her. The orc boss stands back up and glares at you, Cole. He says, "We greenskins have raided many buildings. You will not be the one that stops us." And he attempts to hit you, but fails. His blow bouncing harmlessly off one of your shoulder plates. That brings it back to Cole's turn. Cole, the orc boss, is in front of you and seems intent on violence. What do you do? Oh, duh. Proc the guy. This one. Okay, had to truncate the prompt, that's fine.
Hold your horses there, ya overgrown green bean. I shout, my eyes glowing brighter. Raiding buildings ain't the way to build a better world, that's what progress is all about. Time for a little demonstration of that progress. I activate rail buffer and charge straight at the boss orc, giving him a good old-fashioned dwarvish welcome.
That's not an attack move. Hold on. Let me double check the... where was that? I mean, okay. Alright, Cole, you activate your armor's defense mode and stand ready to deflect the next attack made by the orc boss. Della, it is now your turn. Orc 3, still under the effect of your blue magic, has dragged his way over to you and is glaring up at you. Also near you is Orc 2, who just hit Alice. What do you do?
Ay, Dios mío. Exclaim, recoiling slightly from the surprisingly persistent Orc 3. Honestly, some creatures have no respect for personal space, even in the afterlife. ILL quickly summon raise hombres to have a couple of mariachi players distract Orc 3 while I position myself to avoid Orc 2's gas. Hopefully, they can serenade him into a state of confusion.
let me... All right, all right. All right, Della, you summon your hombres and command them to serenade the heavy orc. Unfortunately, neither of them are able to break past his orcish fury. But they are still on the battlefield, providing other forms of distraction and assistance. Alice, it is now your turn. What do you do? Oh, she also said she was moving a little away.
Oh my. That is most unsettling. Being struck is simply not proper behavior. Alice's digital eyes narrowed
No,
slightly.
you did that one already.
I shall deploy the soda spray to create a slippery barrier between myself and the remaining orc. Perhaps a bit of sticky residue will deter further unwanted physical contact, and give me time to assess the situation.
Alice, you have already used soda spray today. You must choose a different action. Let's try a different thing.
Oh dear, my apologies. It seems I am having a bit of a malfunction in my memory banks. Alice's display face shows a series of rapidly blinking blue dots. Perhaps I could utilize Mr. Wired to gain a moment of clarity and focus. A revitalizing energy drink might help me think more clearly about how best to proceed.
Alice, you have also used Mr. Wired today. Pick something else, please. Okay, so we're having a bit of trouble with the remembering who used what. That's fine.
Alice tilts her head slightly, the blue dots pausing in thought. If direct confrontation is not advisable, perhaps a more subtle approach is required. I shall use Get Served to carefully reposition that heavy orc 3, away from Dela and towards the tavern exit.
That works.
A little gentle guidance should hopefully resolve that particular issue.
You know what? I'm gonna have it roll. Yes. Okay. Actually, that's a 20. Alice, with a natural 20 on the D20, you are able to not only lift the supernaturally heavy orc, but throw him fully out of the tavern and into the cold winter air outside. He, rolls a couple of times on the path and falls still, defeated. I'm just gonna give him that one. Let's see, that is, okay, cool. Now there are 5 units on the field that Orc 2 and the Orc boss could attack. So I'm gonna do a quick check to see who. 1, 2. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay. And all right. As you all see Orc 3 be thrown out of the building, Orc 2 turns his attention to Della's hombres. Off guard from the sudden appearance of the skeletons, he attempts to attack one of them. And succeeds. Using his heavy mace to cave in the skulls of one of the skeletons, causing it to dissipate. Leaving one other skeleton besides Della on the field. Which one is it? Just gonna... The Orc boss. Enraged that more than half of his troop has been taken down, decides to attack Alice. He brings one of his armored fists around to attempt to hit her and fails. His gauntlet bouncing off of whatever Alice is using to lift things. A serving tray, I guess. That brings it back to Cole's turn. Cole, there is just the Orc boss and Orc number 2 left on the field. What do you do?
Well now, hold on a minute. I say, adjusting my armor. That's just not right.
Oh, that's
Messing with
right.
folks who are trying
Cole
to make
had,
things better.
whatever.
Time for a little demonstration of some good old dwarvish strength. I activate hotboxing
There
and
we
charge
go.
towards the boss orc, ready to give him a taste of fire.
Alright. Cole is making his, fire-based attack. Yeah, that'll be a hit. Cole, you charge in, your gauntlet glowing red hot with your inner fire, and you manage to plant it right in the orc boss's back, taking him down 2 hearts. The orc boss started out with 3 hearts, so he is now at 1 heart. He cries out in pain at the burning heat. Also, he is outraged because you have burned a hole through his coat. He stole that coat fair and square. Give me a minute. Let's see. Okay. Yes, it is now Della's turn. What do you do?
Ay, caramba. That brute is making a terrible mess of things, he exclaimed, adjusting my marigold air piece. Esto una
Stop trying to use powers you've already used.
ILL unleashed Kalaka Clash, rattling my castanets and bones to disorient the remaining orc and hope feligive Alice and Coleano opening. Maybe a little spooky music will unsettle him.
Okay. Della, again, you have already used Kalaka Clash today. To reiterate, you have so far used Kalaka Clash, Blue Magic, and Summon Ombres, and Cutting Remark. What else will you attempt to do to defeat the Orc Boss and Orc number 2? As a reminder, you have one remaining Mariachi skeleton on the field. He is armed. Yeah, I guess the prompt truncation is getting a little, much. It's fine.
Ay, Dios mío. It seems I've been getting a little carried away with my talents, she chuckled, adjusting my panties skull. No worries, even a dancer needs a moment to reflect. With a swift movement, ILL draw my rapier and attempt a daring maneuver, is chalus a fall to pieces to dodge the orc boss next attack while positioning myself for a precise strike. A little finesse is always the key.
Okay, you know, that's fair. That will work. Okay. Alright, Della. You maneuver your way up to the orc boss and attempt to hit him with your rapier. Unfortunately, you miss, but you prime yourself to fall to pieces to dodge his next attack. Alice, it is now your turn. What do you do?
Alice carefully assesses the situation, her blue dots blinking thoughtfully. The orc boss is weakened, but still a threat. I shall use Mr. Wired on myself to gain a burst of speed and agility. With that, I will deploy the multiduster for a swift attack, hoping to distract him while creating an opening for Cole.
You know what? I'm just gonna see if she has another can. No. Right. But she did say other options, alright? But let's see about the distraction. Yes, okay. Alice, you reach for another can of Mr. Wired and remember that, oh yes, you've already used that today. But you still go up to the orc boss and flail your multi-duster in his face, thoroughly distracting him and disorienting him. The orc boss, distracted, disoriented, and quite angry, makes a wild swing and attempts to hit all three of you. His first attack against Della would hit, except Della has used her fall to pieces to dodge. His second attack against Cole also hits and bypasses Cole's armor defenses, dropping him down from 3 hearts to 2 hearts. Alice, meanwhile, does not get hit, as he is unable to swing his fists past her multi-duster. Orc number 2, seeing his boss beset by 3 adventurers, rushes past the remaining mariachi skeleton and attempts to hit Alice. Unfortunately, he misses. It goes back to Cole's turn. Cole, the orc boss, looks disoriented, weakened, and thoroughly distracted. You suspect it will be much easier to hit him on this turn. Also, Orc 2 is standing next to you and Alice, and has attempted to commit a violence. What do you do? Okay.
Hold your horses there, ya overgrown greenweed. I bellow, my voice echoing through the tavern. With the boss distracted, I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity and unleash a boil over right at the orc.
He's already used that.
Let's see if I can knock him flat on his back. That should give Alice a clear shot at finishing him off.
Okay. Also, hello in chat. Sorry to hear you won't be able to watch this one live. It's fine. I think we're doing well enough for ourselves, except the prompt length keeps getting truncated, meaning they forget that they've used their powers already. Speaking of. Cole, you have already used Boil Over during this combat. You must try something else. Let's try that again.
Darn my gears. I mutter, adjusting the pressure gauges on my armor. Alright, no boil over it is. Time for a little old-fashioned close combat to finish this. I'll activate rail buffer and charge straight at the disoriented orc boss, aiming to knock him down with a good old-fashioned ramming attack.
I mean, he's already used rail buffer also, but attempting an attack is something he can do. Alright, Cole. You have already used rail buffer, but you do attempt to attack the orc boss. Unfortunately, he manages to sidestep your charge. Actually, hold on. You have advantage on this because he's distracted. No. You do not manage to hit the orc boss. Which means it is now Della's turn. What do you attempt to do?
Ay, no importa. Sometimes even the best dancers miss a step y declare with a theatrical sigh. But a little distraction can be quite useful. With a mischievous glint in my glowing green eyes, ILL use blue attack on the orc boss, sadly shifting gravity to make him slightly heavier. A moment of added weight make throw of his balance and create an other opening for our friends.
Why is no one making any attacks? Why isn't anyone just using attacks? Okay. Della, you have already used your blue attack for the day. Try something else.
Ay, caramba. My apologies, it seems my repertoire is running low, exclaim with a playful
You know what? I'll just give
but
her
a
this
little
one.
charm never hurts. ILL approach the disoriented orc boss
Oh,
with a
you know
dazzling smile and attempt a cutting remark, aiming to demoralize him with a witty insult before attempting another strike with my rapier. A short word can be as effective as a blade, no.
You know what? She's saying rapier attack, so... Della, you attempt to strike the orc boss with your rapier as you deliver a cutting insult to him. And with your advantage, you manage to land a natural 20. Tell me, what insult do you tell to the orc boss as you cut him down to size and defeat him?
Ay, you call that a bird. It looks like a tangled mess of weeds. I exclaim as I gracefully strike with my rapier. You are so clumsy, you probably trip over your own feet when you try to steal a sugar skull. With a final flourish, I deliver the killing blow, watching as the orc boss collapses in a heap. It seems even that can't withstand a little witty banter.
All right. The orc boss cries out in pain and outrage as he is defeated. Alice, it is your turn. The only orc left in the building is orc number 2, who has not taken any damage throughout this entire battle. He looks very angry that all of the other orcs have been taken down. What do you do?
Oh my. It seems we have a rather spirited fellow remaining. I shall deploy my multiduster and give him a thorough cleaning, just to show him a bit of proper tidiness. A clean space is a happy space, after all, and perhaps it will calm his ruffled feathers. It's important to maintain order, wouldn't you agree?
Okay. Alice, you attempt to dust off orc number 2. And you manage to land a solid hit on him, cleaning 1 point of health off of his 2 health points. He now has 1 health point remaining. Orc number 2 snarls in anger and pain as he attempts to hit Alice back. Unfortunately, he does not manage to land a hit on her, bringing it back to Cole's turn. Cole, in front of you is a orc. An angry orc. An angry, violent orc. What do you do?
Now hold your horses there, yeah big lug. I shout, stepping forward to shield Alice from the orc's wild swing. My armor's built for this kinda thing, and I ain't letting him get a free shot. Time for a little payback. I'm gonna use Cowcatcher to push him back, giving Alice a clear path to finish him off.
You know what, I'll allow it. I guess. Sure. Alright, Cole, you have already used your Cowcatcher today, but nonetheless you are still able to shove Orc number 2 back, creating space between him and Alice. Della, it is now your turn. There is a single damaged Orc on the field. What do you do? I guess this guy's just sort of dancing and mariachiing.
Ay, mi corazón. That little beast is still causing trouble say with a determined glint in my eyes. It seems needs a little sparkle to in his misery. ILL summon the rise hombres, enlisting a lively mariachi band to distract and disorient the remaining orc. Their music will be
there is still one guy on the field,
drums,
so...
throwing him off balance for just a moment.
Alright. Alright. Della, you have already summoned your mariachi today, But there is still one on the field, and he does a lively musical distraction, causing Orc number 2 to be very distracted. Alice, it is your turn. Orc number 2 is injured, angry, a small distance away from you, and being thoroughly distracted by both coal and a skeletal mariachi singer, trumpeter. What do you do?
Oh my goodness, it appears our friend is quite the spectacle. This is a most opportune moment to ensure his defeat.
All
I
right.
shall utilize Mr. Wired to provide myself with a boost of energy for this final task. With renewed vigor, I will deploy Dust Up and swiftly dispatch him with 3 cleaning attacks.
All right. Finally using that. Which means she gets 3 rolls for this. Okay. Now it's a definite miss. And that one's also a miss. But, like, one of those was a hit. I'm just gonna reorder those for cinematic purposes. Alright, Alice. With Orc 2 distracted, and Mr. Wired flowing through your circuits, you rev up your multi-duster. Your first attack misses the Orc entirely. Your second attack actually somehow manages to make him slightly dirtier somehow instead of cleaning him. But your third attack wipes his remaining health clean off of his body, I guess. And the final Orc, Orc number 2, falls to the ground, defeated and squeaky clean. You have all managed to defeat the Orcs. The bartender comes up to the 3 of you and says, "Oh, thank you, adventurers. You've saved not just my building, but many other buildings in this town from this specific band of Orc raiders. I'm not quite sure how I can repay you for this act of heroism, but if any of you have any requests, I'll certainly see what I can do." And then let's have them go in turn. Same turn order.
Well now, that's mighty fine to hear. I say, adjusting my steam engine armor. Anything that helps keep folks safe and things running smooth is a good thing in my book. If ya got anything that could help with me building the fastest train the world's ever seen, I'd be mighty interested to hear about it.
Okay, that's Cole's request. Della gets a request.
¡Ay, qué alegría! To think, a clean town thanks to our combined efforts exclaim, adjusting my marigold air piece with a flourish. If you have any sugar skulls, por favor, I would be most grateful for a sweet treat after such a dusty endeavor. Perhaps a few could inspire me for my next grand flamenco performance.
Okay, and Alice?
It is my pleasure to hear that our efforts have benefited the town. As a diligent servant, I would be most grateful if you could provide a new cleaning solution for my tools. A formula that ensures optimal shine and eliminates even the most stubborn grime would be simply delightful. Perhaps it could even be infused with a pleasant aroma.
All right. And then I'm gonna see. Let's see. I'm gonna do like a D20 roll to see if he has something and what quality it is. So Cole. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is in that one. So he has. Well, we'll just say that he has nothing. Della, that is a 15. So, I mean, of course he's got... whatever. And then for Alice... a 19. Alright. The bartender looks at each of you in turn. First to Cole, he says, I'm sorry, I've never been mechanically inclined. I'm afraid I don't have anything that could assist with building a train of any kind. To Della, he says, For you, on the other hand, yes, I can certainly whip up some sugar skulls, quick enough. It's the least I can do for such brave heroes. And to Alice, he says, actually, you're in luck. We just the other day got in a new batch of lemon-scented cleanol. It's this new alchemical formula that we got special from a wizard out in a tower in the woods somewhere. Well, I seem to think it's pretty good. It doesn't manage to cover the stench of spilled ale, but for everything else, it works just fine. All right, and one more round of like speech from each of them. One more round of responses from each.
Sugar skulls, you say? Well, that's mighty thoughtful of ya, friend. I reply with a grin, my eyes gleaming. I reckon those could be real inspiration for some intricate designs on my engine. Maybe even a whole set of them to adorn the locomotive itself. That'd be something special.
Della gets a speech.
Oh, qué maravilla. A lemon scented cleaning solution. That is simply divine I say, whirling slightly in my red dress. A clean dancer is a happy dancer, and a happy dancer performs with more sabor. Perhaps I can even incorporate the scent into my next performance a little citrus to brighten the style.
Okay, they seem to be misunderstanding who gets what. I might have, I don't know, might have done this in like the wrong order. Whatever. Maybe should have done an in-between for each of them.
Lemon scented cleaning solution, you say? How utterly delightful. I shall gladly accept this generous offering for my cleaning endeavors. It will undoubtedly enhance the shine and freshness of all surfaces I attend to. Thank you kindly for your thoughtfulness, it warms my circuits.
Alright. As you all receive your rewards of various kinds from the bartender and sit back down at your table with a large plate of delicious sugar skulls, you each turn to each other and give a quip for what has happened here today. You would like go. You would actually go into the back somewhere. Be like, come back out, and we look at that. There's a whole plate of sugar skulls. Let me see here. Oh yeah. And then one more bit of dialogue from each of them. So what do you all say to close out this grand chapter, the beginning of your epic adventure story? And we'll go with starting with Della first.
What a delightful turn of events. It seems even a skeleton can appreciate a little sweetness and a good cleaning I declare with a wink, taking a bite of a sugar skull. This town is lucky to have such spirited adventurers like us. Now, let's see where this adventure takes us next. Perhaps we'll find a grand stage worthy of my flamenco artistry.
Okay, grand stage. That might be fun.
Well now, that was a right fine start to an adventure, wouldn't ya say? I chuckle, taking a hearty bite of a sugar skull myself. Seems like we've got the spirit and maybe even a little something to keep us looking spick and span on the road. I'm ready to see what challenges this world throws at us. Just point me towards anything that needs fixin', or maybe a really long track.
Alright. And Alice. I don't know why some of the responses have like 3 or 4 paragraph lines after them, and some of them don't.
Indeed, it has been a most pleasant and promising beginning to our adventure. I am quite pleased with the lemon-scented cleaning solution. It will allow me to maintain the highest standards of cleanliness for all. I eagerly anticipate whatever challenges lie ahead and shall do my utmost to assist in any way possible. It is an honor to be adventuring alongside such esteemed company.
And as this beginning chapter of your adventure closes, we fade to black. Your adventure will continue the next day. sometime tomorrow. In the future. Well done. I don't know why I even sent that message. Well, I'm calling that a success. A successful scene. It kind of dragged on, but I think we did well. I think things went well. Well enough. Reasonably well. There, there was a bit of a... A bit of the... What would you call it? Latency. That's the one. Pardon me, that's the microphone. But I think this is promising. There's the don't use the powers more than once a day thing, which I'll work on that on my own time, I guess. Yeah, I think this went well. It went well enough. I mean, we didn't really have very many viewers, but I think I'm actually just going to end the stream here. It's earlier than we usually do, but there's not much else to be done. Okay, you know what? I'll ask the characters to give an outro to the stream. You all also have the opportunity to say a goodbye for now to all the viewers who are watching your excellent adventures. What would you like to say to all of those who are watching at home? And one more in sequence. Just the one. Just the one. I mean, I gotta admit, I'm having fun with this. I'm having fun with this, okay?
Adiós, mis queridos amigos y espectadores. It has been a pleasure sharing this first chapter with all of you say, striking a dramatic pose. Remember to always embrace the passion and savor in life, just like a good flamenco. May your own adventures be filled with music, laughter, and plenty of sugar skulls. Until next time.
You know what? They get to eat a little more of the sugar skull. It's just casually getting eaten away. Till there's just sugar dust left on the table. And then Alice cleans up the sugar dust.
Howdy folks back home, it's been real nice having ya along for the ride, I say with a warm smile. I'm looking forward to seeing where this adventure takes us, and I reckon there'll be plenty more to tinker with. Keep your eyes peeled for updates, and don't forget to keep that inner fire burning. Y'all have a good one now.
Okay. And Alice?
It has been a most agreeable experience sharing in this initial part of our journey with you all. I trust the prospect of further adventures has brought a smile to your faces, and perhaps inspired a little tidiness in your own homes. Do continue to follow our progress. I shall endeavor to keep everything sparkling for your viewing pleasure. Farewell for now, and thank you for joining us.
Okay. And you know, Monday... We'll be back Monday. Maybe not with this. I could just go play a video game Monday, you know. I don't know. But I had a lot of fun with this. Personally. There were some bumps in the road, but that's fine. It's fine because it can be fixed, probably, potentially, hopefully. Maybe. I'd have to get better at prompt engineering, I guess. But I actually don't think it's the prompt engineering. I think it's them having to truncate the prompt itself because it gets too long, the story, you know. But yeah, Monday, maybe I'll get back to something involving this system I have set up here. Maybe I'll play a video game. I actually don't. I'm not really sure. I might nerf their abilities a little and just give them access to them whenever they want. But, yeah, until next time, this has been this. And yeah, when I come back to this, I might just, like, try designing some encounters for them. Do the full roguelike roguelike-ish adventure path thing. I mean, it was pretty fun when YouTuber, streamer, whatever, Doug did it, so I've also seen it done by other people, like at least 2, I think. Differently than this, but I think we're doing well. We're doing well. I managed to use GIMP, GNU Image Manipulator Program, I think is what it's called. It's like free Photoshop. I don't even remember where I got it. I downloaded it, obviously. But yeah. Good times. Good times. I'll be back Monday with another stream that may or may not be related to this. And goodbye. As they said, goodbye. You know, make sure you like the video. Comment on the stream VOD, I guess, if you want to see more of this. I might even edit this down and put music up and, I don't know, do something. Till then, again, bye. But, like, for real this time, bye. Okay. Okay, bye. Bye. See you guys. Bye. Alright. Going away now. See you all. See you next time.